What is the time of supply of service in case of reverse charge mechanism? Date on which payment is made to the supplier. Date immediately following 60 days from the date of issue of invoice. Date of invoice earlier of the A and B. Answer is D, earlier of the A and B. What is the time of supply of service where services are received from the associated enterprise located outside India? Date of entry in the service books of accounts received services. Date of payment. Date earlier of the year. Date of entry in the service in the books of supplier services. Answer is C, earlier of the year. मतलब date of issue of date of entry in the books of accounts of the recipient services or date of payment. Value of supply under section 15. Value of supply, transaction value. D, answer is D. The value of supply should include any non-GST taxes, duties, cess, fees charged separately by the supplier, interest, late fees, subsidy directly. Answer is D. Which of the following shall not be included in the value of supply? Answer is GST. A. When can be transaction value be rejected for computation of value of supply? When the buyer and the seller are related and the price is not the sole consideration. When the buyer and the seller are related or price is not the sole consideration, it can be never be rejected when the goods are sold. Answer is B. When the buyer and sellers are related or price is not a sole consideration. What is the following statement is correct? Which of the following statements are correct? Section 15 of CGST Act prescribes the different provisions of the valuation of the CGST Act defines the valuations of the CGST Act prescribes the goods, and Section 15 CGST Act prescribes the set provisions of the valuations of the goods. Answer is C. Discount given after the supply of deductions from the value of taxable supply. Such discount is given as per the agreement entered into at or before the supply. Such a discount is likely to be later invoice or proportionate input tax credit is reversed by the recipient of supply. Answer is D, all of the above. Which of the following situation taxpayers need to reserve the credit already taken? A. If payment is not made to the supplier within 45 days from the date of invoice. If payment is not made to the supplier within 90 days from the date of invoice. If payment is not made to the supplier within 180 days from the date of invoice. Answer is C. अगर जो 180 दिन के अंदर में पेमेंट नहीं करता तो उसको रिटर्न करना पड़ेगा, आउटपुट टैक्स में ऐड करके दिखाना पड़ेगा. व्हाट इज़ द टाइम लिमिट ऑफ टेकिंग ITC? आंसर इज C. 20th October of the next financial year of the date of filing of the annual return, whichever is earlier. If the goods are received in lot और इंस्टॉलमेंट, उस समय हम लोग जो GST का ITC लेंगे, ITC कैन बी क्लेम्ड अवेल्ड अपॉन रिसिप्ट ऑफ लास्ट इंस्टॉलमेंट. आंसर इज ऑप्शन इज B. For banking companies using inputs and input services partly for taxable supplies and partly for exempt supplies, which of the statement is true? The answer is C. Banking companies can choose the exercise either A and B. देखो A and B में क्या है? ITC shall be compulsorily restricted to the credit attributable to the taxable supplies, including zero that is 50% of eligible ITC on inputs, capital goods and input services shall be mandatorily taken in the month, on the rest of the shall be left. ठीक. Next, a supplier takes a deduction of depreciation on the GST components of the cost of capital goods as per Income Tax Act 1961. The supplier can not avail ITC on the said tax components. Answer is B. Which of the following inward supplies are not eligible for ITC in case of company manufacturing shoes, food and beverages, outdoor catering, health? Answer is C, all of the above. If there is a mismatch of supplies, outward supplies, the recipient claims for ITC on the same transactions. Answer is A. The dispute amount shall be added as output tax liability in the return of the recipient. Which of the following statement is true for composition tax payer? Answer is D. Composition taxpayer will be available as ITC recipient only in the sorry. Answer is C. ITC is not available on inward supplies made by the composition taxpayer. Composition taxpayer जो होता है वो ITC नहीं दे सकता, ठीक है ना. Question. Mr. A has started supply of goods in Delhi. He is required to obtain registration in his aggregate turnover exceed during the financial year 20 lakhs. Option is B. Aggregate turnover includes taxable supply, exempt supply, export. Answer is D, all of the above. Which of the following person are compulsorily required to obtain registration? Person, interstate supply, non-resident, all of the above. Which of the following persons are not liable for registration? Any person engaged inclusive of supply of services wholly or exempt from the. Answer is A. Rohan Toys is registered supply of goods in Delhi. It intends to attend the 7 days business fair organization in Mumbai, where it does not have any fixed place of business. Examine which of the following statement is true for the. Rohan Toys is not required to obtain. ये गलत है. Rohan Toys obtain registration as casual taxable person. सही. Answer is B. Rohan has और यूँ नहीं करना, नहीं, ये सब नहीं चलेगा. In case of taxable supply of services, invoice shall be issued within a period of 30 days. In case 30, answer is A. In case of taxable supply of services by insurer, invoice shall be issued within a period of 45 days from the date of supply of services. In case of continuous supply of service where due date of payment is ascertainable from the date of the invoice before or at the time of the supply of recipient of the payment on the due date of the payment, either A and B. Answer is B.